We're Terry and Tia Edwards, and we're here in Kernersville, North Carolina, and we like to say Greensboro is our home hotspot. Smoking hot, woo!
So me and Terry, we've been together for 25 years, been married for 18 years.
That's right.
And the way we met, Terry and my brother, they started middle school together. And I remember our first time seeing Terry, my first time seeing Terry was at a PTA meeting. Terry and my brother was just hanging around, and that was my first time ever seeing Terry. And then it was in high school. I was a freshman in high school. Terry was a junior, and that's when we started dating in 1994.
That's right.
And we were in ROTC together. We were in band together. Every single morning, I made sure me and my brother got to school like at least 30 minutes early. So me and Terry would sit in the corner every single morning and just talk about life, but also talk about our dreams. We already knew where we wanted to stay, how many kids. We knew the kids' names, how we wanted our wedding, where we wanted our wedding at, the honeymoon. Everything was pretty much planned out. We were just too young to get married.
We would just talk about, what we wanted our life to be like, what did we want how many kids we wanted to have, but we never dreamed about entrepreneurship. We just always dreamed about having a life together. Today we have 4 children. Elijah's 14. Anaya is 13. She's 13. Isaiah, he's 11. And then our 4-year-old, our boss baby, her name is Taylor, and she just runs the show right now. So we're just really blessed to have a family. And the other part that I love about Alliance is you don't have to sacrifice your marriage and your family to build your business. The Alliance is actually who we are. It's not what we do. Prior to the Alliance, my career was in banking. I worked in the credit union industry for 16 years. Tia was a social worker and then stay-at-home mom. And we have 4 children. We had moved down to Atlanta to take what we thought was our dream job. And long story short, they rescinded the job offer after we had moved down there. And at that point, I just was trying to search to figure out ways to keep income coming into the house so that we can continue to, just pay bills and keep food on the table and clothes on the kids' back. And I got on Craigslist, of all places, just looking for day work, just trying to find something until I could find another job. And I stumbled across an ad that said too many leads, not enough agents. And I clicked on it, I read it, talked about Mutual of Omaha, and you can make $500 a pop. And I replied back to it and ended up having an amazing conversation with Jason Mathis and decided to get started with the Alliance. And as some people say, the rest is history. That first 30 days, I was fired up. We put over $8,000 deposits in the checking account, and I was fired up, and Tia was negative. We started making money, and we did come from the money, but then I had the opportunity to meet Andy Albright, and that meeting literally changed my life. I sat down and I talked to Andy, and I said, Andy, it's evident that you're successful. I mean, multiple homes, jets, Rolexes, all the bells and whistles, and he still had a good marriage and his children adored him. I said, but why are you still working this hard? Why are you still charging? And he said, Terry, you're right. My great-grandchildren probably won't be able to spend the money that me and Jane has accumulated, but the problem is you can't say the same thing. And I literally fell in love with him at that moment, because I can follow a man that is no longer working for a dollar bill, but his whole mission in life is to help other families create legacies.
I remember going to my first hotspot, and I sat in the back of the room. I took all the kids with me because I wasn't really interested in being there, but I did go to support Terry. What changed my heart was when we went to our first convention, the family reunion. And I remember being at the women's seminar, and it was Jane Albright, Holly, Tamara Roberts, Diane Lampe. It was so many more of them. But I remember hearing Holly share her story, and it was like, oh, these women go through issues just like I do. So when I saw that, I was all on board with Terry, just hearing their stories. and watching them, they were not only mothers and wives, but they were also successful with the alliance. And I knew that me and Terry, we always wanted to be a part of a company that we could grow with, that works with integrity, and that's what I saw at our first conventions.
We had got started in April. In June, we moved back to North Carolina. Our house hadn't sold, and the guy that was leasing us a house in Georgia let us out the lease as long as we allowed him to show the house and somebody was interested. Somebody signed another lease, he let us come back, and then we started going to the Greensboro hotspot. And I remember talking to Andy about it, and Andy was like, look, Terry, when you go up in there, you got something to contribute. Don't conform. I'm looking for a leader. And from that moment, I walked up into that meeting and I saw opportunity. It wasn't a lot of people there. You know, the culture was, yeah. So what we decided to do was we was gonna plant our flag in the ground here in Greensboro.
Right.
And we were gonna outsell everybody and out-recruit everybody and build this meeting. Because the thing was, in the other company we was in, the meetings were packed out, the energy was amazing, but nobody was making no money.
Right.
So we started selling and recruiting, and guess what? Other people started selling and recruiting, and then we started attracting people from different hierarchies, and we just started playing team. We loved on each other, we encouraged each other, we developed relationships outside of just business, and the hotspot just started growing. I knew inviting people to the hotel was good, but I knew that if we had an office, that would make another statement. So I kept searching until we found this place. Guess where we found it at? On Craigslist. Me and Craigslist get along real good. I brought Tia out here, and I sent a picture to Robbie Kraft, Andy Riddle, and Andy Albright. They was like, hey, Bo, let's go. And it's been on like Donkey Kong. We want our office to be known as the Dream Factory, where we say, you dream it, let's achieve it. So it's okay. This is a safe place to come and to dream again, because most people have stopped dreaming. They don't know what they want. And this is what I know. The moment you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want takes over. So we want this to be an environment of where we can nurture people's dreams, where they can feel like it's okay to dream again, no matter how many times they've been knocked down, because we all been there.
Right.
But a place where they can come and build up inside their spirit, their soul, stir that emotion, and then they can go out and do the do to achieve. So that's why we say, you dream it, let's achieve it. And we are going to be committed to building dreams and building people here at our office.